where the echoes of ancient tales come alive. Step into a realm of forgotten kingdoms, legendary heroes, and timeless adventures. Here, the sands of time shift to reveal stories of honor, betrayal, love, and conquest. From the myths of ancient civilizations to the chronicles of legendary warriors, every tale is a journey into the heart of history and imagination. So, prepare to be transported as we unravel the mysteries of the past, one story at a time. Once upon a time, in a quiet village tucked away at the edge of a vast enchanted forest, there lived a humble woodcutter named Eamon. Though he had little, his heart was rich with kindness. He spent his days felling trees and gathering wood, always willing to lend a hand to those in need. The villagers admired him for his generosity, but none admired him more than the forest itself. One crisp autumn morning, as Eamon ventured deep into the woods to collect his day's work, he stumbled upon an old woman sitting beneath a gnarled oak tree. Her clothes were ragged, and her face, though lined with age, held an air of quiet wisdom. She looked up at Eamon with weary eyes. "Good sir," she said in a voice that seemed to echo the wind itself, "I have lost my way. Would you help an old woman find her path?" Without hesitation, Eamon offered her his flask of water, and, seeing her fatigue, guided her through the winding paths of the forest. When they finally reached the edge of the woods, she paused and turned to face him. Her gaze grew sharp, and a mysterious smile tugged at the corners of her lips. "I am not as I seem," she said. "I am a witch, and I have seen the goodness in your heart. For your kindness, I shall grant you a gift. A wish, anything your heart desires." Eamon, though taken aback, thought for a moment. He could ask for riches, a grand house, or fame. But his mind returned to the village, where the people worked hard and struggled to make ends meet. He thought of the children who often went to bed hungry and the elderly who lived in poverty. With a kind heart, he made his wish. "Grant me a tree that will provide food, shelter, and all that my people need. A tree that will never wither, so that my village will want for nothing." The witch's eyes gleamed and she nodded. "So it shall be. But remember, every gift comes with its price. Do not forget that, young woodcutter." With that, she vanished into the mist, leaving Eamon standing alone in the clearing. He made his way back to the village, unsure of what to expect. The very next day, as the villagers gathered in the square, a great tree appeared overnight in the center of the village. Its trunk was wide and strong, and its branches stretched high into the sky, laden with golden fruit. Beneath it, flowers bloomed and fresh water flowed from a sparkling spring that seemed to come from nowhere. At first, the villagers marveled at the tree. They ate its fruit, drank from its spring, and took what they needed from its boughs. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. The tree never stopped giving. Food, tools, even fine clothing appeared at its roots. But as the villagers grew comfortable, something strange began to happen. They stopped working. They no longer tilled the fields or tended their animals, for the tree provided everything. As time passed, the land around the tree grew barren. The soil became dry, and the animals began to disappear. The village, once bustling with life and laughter, now felt hollow. The people had grown lazy, content to let the tree do all the work, and in doing so, the village began to wither. Eamon, seeing the harm the tree had caused, felt a pang of regret. He knew he had made a mistake, but what could he do? The witch's gift had become a curse, and the village he had tried to save was now crumbling beneath its weight. Desperate for help, Eamon returned to the forest. hoping to find the old woman and undo the damage he had caused. He searched for days, walking deeper into the woods than he ever had before. Finally, he found her, sitting by a quiet stream, as though she had been waiting for him all along. "What is it you seek, young woodcutter?" she asked, her voice both gentle and knowing. "I was wrong," Eamon said, his voice thick with sorrow. "The tree I asked for has ruined my village. We've forgotten how to work, how to care for the land. Please undo what I have done." The witch studied him for a long moment, her eyes flickering with ancient wisdom. "You have learned a hard lesson," she said at last. "A gift without effort can bring only emptiness. But you can still restore what was lost." With a wave of her hand, the witch summoned the tree from the village. The magnificent tree began to fade, its golden fruit turning to dust as its roots withered away. The village, now free from its enchantment, seemed to breathe again as if it had been holding its breath all this time. Eamon returned to the village, and this time he did not seek a magical solution. He gathered the people, young and old, and together they began the work of rebuilding. They tilled the soil, planted seeds, and worked side by side, learning once more the value of effort and cooperation. Slowly, the land began to thrive again, the people growing stronger as they learned to rely on each other instead of magic. And though the witch never returned, Eamon's heart was at peace. He had learned that true wealth does not come from what is given to you, but from what you are willing to work for, from the bonds of community and the rewards of honest labor. Years later, when the village had prospered once more, Eamon, now an old man, would sit by the fire and tell the story of the magic tree. And whenever a child asked about the tree, he would smile and say, "Remember, my friends, no tree can grow without roots, and no life can flourish without effort." Well, my friends, that was the tale of Eamon, the humble woodcutter, and the magic tree that came to change a village's fate. It's a reminder that while gifts and miracles can seem like a solution, it's the work we put in, the effort we invest, and the connections we build that truly shape our lives. Magic can't replace the strength we find in our own hands and hearts. So, as you go about your day, think about the things you might be taking for granted, and remember that lasting change and true growth come not from the easy path, but from the hard work and the bonds we share. Until we meet again, take care and keep planting your own roots in the soil of effort and community. You never know what you might grow.